Jesus freak here. I seem to have a thing in more recent days, and maybe not necessarily recent days, that I've wanted to have stuff, flair for places I used to live or where I used to. And I guess it's a bit of nostalgia. When I was in Pulaski a couple years ago, I know my Polish friend cringes every time I say Pulaski, but that's how people in Pulaski say it, so I bought this, Mexico Tigers t shirt, the Mexico high school. I went to middle school in Mexico, New York, just south of Texas. So, Mexico, New York paraphernalia means a bit to me. I've thought about buying Lewiston Porter or just Lewiston to Youngstown flair. Lewiston Porter High School I went to. Not sure if they sell any, but I guess if they did, since they don't have any around here, then it'd probably be in the supermarket in Lewiston, which is the only supermarket in that area. I think officially its name is Domino's, everyone calls it Tops because it says Tops on the sign, and what they sell is what Tops sells. But they're not technically a Tops. Long story on that one. But I don't remember seeing any Newport stuff there. And that used to be my main supermarket for years. I lived down the street from there for years. I'm not sure if the Tops in Lewiston's in my video when I was in Lewiston. Wouldn't have been a good shot anyway. The camera or cell phone I was using as a camera back then was absolutely terrible. And I've had to use all sorts of upsampling tricks to make it not look so terrible. I guess it's nostalgia or just, a longing for the way things were. And it's nothing new. When I was 14, I said, I wish I could have a shirt from Harborfest, which I used to have a couple shirts from Harborfest. They used to, I don't know if they still do, they certainly didn't last year, but it was a carnival they'd hold in Oswego every summer. And I lived basically in Oswego for almost 6 years. I was only 14. It had only been 2 years since I moved out of the area. I used to have a shirt for the 1987 Redfield Old Home Days. I had that right up until I was 13 or 14, because when I got it, it was huge on me. When I finally wound up giving it up to a former roommate at the boarding school I was at, it was too small for me. But it served me for years. It fit me for years, and I've probably had that t-shirt longer than any other t-shirt I've owned. I guess some of this stuff is kind of silly. But, we're not always rational beings like we like to think we are. And if there's one thing I've learned, both from when I visited Syracuse with Pastor Brett and when I visited Oswego with Rhonda, and of course when I visited both with my dad a couple years before that, is that you really can't go back. Things just ain't the same. Heck, even the times I visited Lewiston, and I can go to Lewiston on the bus. In fact, the bus to Lewiston passes almost right by my apartment. I could go there about any time I wanted. $2 there, $2 back. It's not the same. Time changes places, people, everything. Doesn't stop me from wishing things could be the way they used to be. Doesn't stop me from sometimes wanting mementos. I think that's just, normal. Part and parcel of, being detached from the way things were and missing things, missing people, missing childhood, even. Just a little rambling, I guess. As one YouTuber says, oh. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a nice day. Jesus, freak out.